What's good? It's Extreme Caution. Today I'm gonna go on my official WWE Survivor Series War Games. Finna go over every single match, what I thought every single match, what I could think of the potential feuds leading after every single match. If you like daily wrestling content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe because I upload daily wrestling content. This show overall was very disappointing. Very disappointed about this show. A lot of the matches really didn't hit for me personally, which is very unfortunate because I was already not that excited about Survivor Series War Games. And all they did was just gave me more of a reason to not be excited for it. And it's kind of making me, well, I was already having this thought before, but we really need to get rid of this War Games concept and we really need to reconsider what we do because this War Games is just not working because they already don't put enough effort into making it feel important with the story. But then when you get into the actual match, it just feels very flat, very lackluster, and the fact that you have no real story going into it just makes it a whole lot worse. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump straight into the review. The first match we're gonna start off with is the Women's War Games match between the babyface team of AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss versus the heel War Games team with Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and the Kabuki Warriors. This match was just okay, very okay mid-match. I have nothing to really say here. The only thing I would say that I really liked was it was a moment between Becky when AJ Lee was coming down to the ring. You got Becky Lynch holding the door to make sure AJ doesn't get in. I did like that. But other than that, you get the typical Io Sky trash can spot that everyone hypes up every single year, even though she does it every year. It's like gets to a point where it's not that exciting because you know it's going to happen. It's impressive, but it's at the same time she does it every year. It's like I don't care. And then AJ Lee ends up tapping out Becky Lynch once again, which I also don't like. Now I could be a bit biased towards that, but I just don't like it because this AJ and Becky Lynch feud has been very one-sided. It's giving me Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan vibes too, because she came back, tapped her out in the mixed tag match, cost her the IC championship, and taps her out again. Like, because here's the thing: whenever they do have a one-on-one match, we know who's winning the feud. It's going to be AJ Lee because it's AJ Lee because this is her first time returning back to WWE in such a long time. They're going to book her strong. I think they're booking her a bit too strong, if I'm being honest. Because like, why the fuck is she this dominant? And why is Becky Lynch so afraid of AJ Lee? I don't understand it. Like, I get it, she's a heel, but this is Becky fucking Lynch, bro. Like, the Becky Lynch has accomplished way more than AJ Lee ever probably would ever will. It's like, why is Becky Lynch afraid of her? Like, don't get me wrong. Some heels, I get why they're afraid of their opponent, but I don't understand why Becky Lynch is so scared of her opponent. I feel like it's very weird and very backwards in my opinion. I don't know. I just don't understand it personally. I'm cool with her losing to AJ Lee, but really back-to-back times where she's tapping out to her, like, come on, AJ Lee's being booked way too strong for someone who don't even fucking wrestle. That's my thing. She doesn't even wrestle. Like, this is only like her second match. Like, why is she this goddamn strong? Like, I get it. She's a legend, but I think we're overdoing it a bit. Like, we're overdoing it a bit. Becky needs some type of victory eventually. We can't just have her keep losing every single goddamn time. But nonetheless, I don't know where you go from here because I'm assuming Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, they're going to go after the tag team titles. Don't know what really happens with Lash Legend and Nia Jax because the Kabuki Warriors are heels, so they wouldn't be in the tag team division. They should be single stars. Lash should be in the U.S. title picture. Nia should be in the main event scene. Then when it comes to Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, one of them should just turn heel, put them back on SmackDown, put them one in the main event, one in the mid card. Don't care. And when it comes to AJ Lee, I'm assuming they're going to continue their feud with Becky Lynch. Overall, there's not really much to say here about the women. The babyface team won, which I expected. I think it was very obvious that the babyface team of fucking AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky weren't going to lose. So, played out exactly how I thought it was, but this match was not that good at all. Moving on to the Intercontinental Championship match between John Cena and Dominic Mysterio. The only thing, in my opinion, that's really worth actually watching of Survivor Series. This match, at first, I was very annoyed with this match due to the overbooking of it, but the more I thought about it, the more and more I actually enjoyed this because when Dominic Mysterio and John Cena first fought for the IC title and they had interferences, I said that that was the only way that match would be entertaining because due to both their styles are two styles that don't work together unless you have a bunch of interferences. Start off with Drox and Perez and Raquel interfering in the match. It was a moment where Dom faked the shoulder injury, distracted the ref. This allowed Roxanne to hit the pop rocks, and Raquel hit the Tejada bomb, and then it converts into Dom getting back in the ring, hitting a 619, tries to go for the pin, but the referee ends up not going for the pinfall, which was very weird because I get that he was frustrated, but typically referees, you got to count the pin no matter what. You can't just not count the pin because you think he's cheating. But eventually he kicks out the Judgment Day. Then you end up getting Finn Balor. JD comes out due to John Cena accidentally attacking the ref, knocking him down. But then eventually John Cena ends up taking them both out with a double A. Then we get to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan finally makes a return, which is something that I wasn't really trying to predict because we've been wanting Liv Morgan to return for the longest time. So I really just didn't want to set myself up for disappointment. But she returns, and she ends up tricking all of us because she ends up attacking Dominic, but then she ends up attacking John Cena as well, hitting him with a low blow. This allowed Dominic to pick up the victory. Dominic hits a 619 into Liv Morgan, then ends up hitting it with the IC Championship, and Dominic was there as your new Intercontinental Champion. I actually like this. Liv Morgan kind of saved this show, if I'm being honest. I never thought I would live in a world where I'm actually happy to see Liv Morgan return on my TV stream because for the longest time, I did not like Liv Morgan at all. But her recent heel work before she ended up getting injured was amazing. She was one of the bright spots of the women's division. So I'm happy that she's back. And I was very confused on why she returned on Dominic. Now, the only thing I'm hoping for is that now that she's back, can we actually speed up this Judgment Day storyline? Because it looks like we're probably going to get that storyline again. Because I've been saying for the longest, the reason why they haven't done the Judgment Day storyline is because they've been stalling for Liv Morgan. So let's hope that they actually push that story. As for John Cena, he's going to have his final match next month, which is insane to think about. And I think this was the right call because you did not need Gunther versus John Cena for the IC Championship. Gunther doesn't need the IC Championship. He should be focused on world title. So having Dom get the title back, that elevates him beating John Cena. And John Cena doesn't need to retire or go against Gunther for the IC Championship. So it works out perfectly. And I'm excited to see what they do with Liv Morgan and this whole Judgment Day thing since she returned. Now for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship between Stephanie McMahon and Nikki Bella. I am not going to go over this match. This match played out exactly how I thought it would play out, with Stephanie McMahon winning. And this match was just fine. It was okay. It was nothing to really go over, to be honest with you. Now, to be fair, I always expected this match to be the worst match, to be honest with you, because a Stephanie McMahon and Nikki Bella match just doesn't sound entertaining. Now, I don't think it was neither woman's fault, but it was just a nothing match. Now, I don't know what you go from here, because I don't see a reason why Stephanie McMahon would face Nikki Bella again, but I could easily see them doing that only because there's no one for Stephanie to face. There isn't, because unless we're going for Liv Morgan, that's the only route, because they're clearly setting up where Stephanie doesn't interact with Io Sky or Rhea Ripley until the Royal Rumble. They're clearly doing that. They're clearly setting that up. She's clearly not going to face Becky Lynch or AJ Lee because they're clearly setting that up to be a feud as well. So on Raw, the only option in terms of main eventers is really Liv Morgan. So it's either Liv Morgan or Nikki Bella again. But they may even hold off on the Liv Morgan stuff because they may end up doing the whole implosion of the Judgment Day. So they may end up running this back, which I don't want them to run it back, but based off how WWE like to stretch certain things out and how they like to do those names I just mentioned, those matches, until WrestleMania or SummerSlam, we're probably going to get this again. I don't want it, but we're probably going to get it again with Nikki Bella probably attacking her in a backstage segment of some sort, and then Stephanie McMahon being the champion she's going to give her another title shot. So we'll see how this plays out, but I really don't want to see another match. Now we get the men's Wargames match. The babyface team of Roman Reigns, the Usos, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk versus the Vision of Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre. This match was another match that was just fine. It was a fine match. Like I said, the War Games concept has to go. One, the story is never there. Two, it's War Games, but it doesn't actually feel like a war. It feels way too PG, which I don't understand why, because WWE can put blood. Like they have been proven to do blood, but I guess their sponsorships is just that important. This match was whatever. Now, there are some things I want to talk about. One, why is Jey Uso continuing to do his entrance music during a match? Look, I don't mind when he runs his music back during his entrance. I don't. It can be annoying, but I do understand why they do it. Stop doing it fucking matches. That actually pissed me off. I typically defend Jey Uso a lot, but that was fucking ridiculous. Why are we doing it in matches, bro? I don't care how much the fans like it. Stop doing it during matches. It takes away from the match. It really does. Stop doing your dirty magic. That legit pissed me off. The match really didn't get good until Brock Lesnar came out, and then Brock Lesnar ended up when Roman started to come down. Brock Lesnar tried to prevent Roman from getting in the ring. It started off bad where Roman hit like 3 Superman punches, but eventually Brock Lesnar got the upper hand, hitting the F5 on the outside. Then eventually just turned into a finisher fest towards like the last like 8 minutes, where everyone was just hitting their finishers, heels and babyface. But towards the end, we end up getting some mystery guy in a fucking hoodie. He comes out, hits a curb stomp on CM Punk, and then Braun Breaker ends up taking advantage of that, hits a spear, and picks up the victory, which I do like. I like that they gave the pinfall to Braun, which was very shocking because I thought the babyface was going to win, but they gave it to the Vision, which was the absolute best choice. Now, a lot of people didn't like this finish. I actually like it personally, only if, depending on who's that other member. Because now it looks like Braun Breaker doesn't know who that guy was. So depending on that guy, it's going to make me either extremely excited or mad. Because if he ends up becoming the next member of the Vision, that's cool. But it has to be someone that's actually going to work with the Vision. Now, I'm hoping to God that's not Seth Rollins. I don't think it's Seth Rollins, but the fact that he did the curb stomp and did a super kick is very suspect. So, and that wouldn't make sense for Seth Rollins to help Braun Breaker. I get that he doesn't like CM Punk, but come on, bro. I don't give a fuck how much you don't like CM Punk. You don't help the guy that speared you, bro. Like, come on. Now, a lot of people are saying it's going to be Austin Theory. If it is Austin Theory, I fucking love it. Because Austin Theory hasn't been on TV in I don't know how long, and he deserves to be on fucking TV. He really does. He's really great, amazing talent. It's ridiculous that he's not on TV. So if he's actually going to be a part of the Vision, part of weekly programming to elevate him in that faction, I actually like the idea. So overall, this show is mid. I'm gonna be honest. The show is mid, not that good. War Games needs to go away. It needs to go away. They need something new. I don't really want the 5v5 style Survivor Series match. I really don't. But we'll see what they end up doing. They're probably going to continue to do War Games due to how much money it makes. But overall, this show is overall mid. You guys let me know your overall thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.